As you continue to explore and understand the power, the significance of your sexual energy and how to cultivate that energy to support you at manifesting and materializing whatever it is you've decided to create, it's important that you understand some key principles, all right, along this path of really diving deeper into sacred sexual energy. And the main thing you want to really understand is the power of frequency, the power of vibration. And so as we talk about sexual energy and creating what you desire, you have to recognize that we're really talking about is you establishing a frequency that matches, right? That matches your partner, and you and your partner are the same frequency toward matching the thing that you desire. You see, so you have to first understand how to match the frequency of your partner. And when you think about this idea of matching frequencies, it shouldn't be something that's foreign to you when it comes to connecting with your partner, because in many ways, you already match in frequency because that is what attracted you to your partner, right? That is what attracts you to your partner. That is what continues to bind you two together, is that you have a similar frequency. And this process of understanding and tapping into this sacred sexual energy is to really dial into that frequency, right? Because many times it's like using a radio, right? Or it's like having a Wi-Fi connection where you're getting minimal bars. You're not getting the strongest signal possible. You're dialed into that frequency, but it's a little bit blurry. It's a little bit hazy, right? It's a little bit muffled, right? There's some static that you can hear, right? But it's not very clear when you increase the volume, right? You have to recognize that though you are dialed into that frequency, there is a strength and intensity of the frequency that you have to clear out, that you have to master, that you have to get a good understanding about. And so when it comes to this frequency that you are aligned with your partner, the best way to increase that frequency, to increase the clarity of that frequency, the strength of that frequency, is by managing your ego and pulling away from the ego as you are in practice of the sexual act with your partner. And mind you, the sexual act doesn't need to be about intercourse per se. It can be intimacy. It can be affection. It can be acts of kindness. It can be the various love languages that you have and that your partner has. And so as you work to increase the strength of this frequency, it's really about stepping away from your ego and truly coming into compassion, love, empathy, all of the things that allow you to truly connect with your partner. And this is why we talk about things like surrendering or, really focusing on what you can provide for your partner than only focusing on what you can get from your partner. Because if you are both aligned and you are focused on what you can give to your partner, right? The love that you can express to your partner, if you are both having that same existence, that same reality, right? That same experience, then there is a constant exchange of love that is happening. But when one partner is thinking about what they can get and the other partner is thinking about what they can give, then it is one-sided. One partner is getting a lot and the other one is being deprived. Again, and then you go further, if both partners are only thinking about what they can get, then you have a relationship that can basically be defined as toxic, right? Because people are just living for what they can pull and take from one another, rather than from a place of what they can give to one another. And when you are in a constant space of exchanging love with one another, then that increases the signal of sacred sexual energy to higher levels. And the higher levels, there is no cap, there is no limit, right? There is no maximum, or there is no stopping point. It is actually infinite, just like you are infinite. So the love that you give, the love that you receive, the love that you exchange, your existence with one another continues to grow exponentially. But you have to be willing to pull back your ego and take away a sense of identity, like you are the only one, and recognize that you are connecting, right? That you are connected as one. And the sexual act can be seen as that, right? When you are intimate with one another and you are bonded with one another, you are essentially one being. And so that is the best time to practice truly aligning yourself, truly matching each other's frequency and vibration. And that's where the power comes in, because when you pull away the ego and you are together as one mind, one spirit, one heart, and then you are creating, or you are having a clear idea as to what your intention is together, right? What this unit is, what the intention of this single unit of you and them together as one. When you are clear as to what you are going to create, then the power, the chances, the ability to create that is profound, right? It is humongous. Like you're basically unstoppable. And once you keep doing that and you keep generating that energy and you keep generating and focusing on that intention, then it's just simply a matter of time before the universe catches up to what you both have created in your mind and in your heart. Creation of anything is really a frequency. It comes down to a frequency. When we communicate with people, when we are even having a conversation with somebody, we are talking to somebody, our words are vibrations, okay? And if we are not speaking the same vibration, if we're, say, speaking in a low tone or a low vibration, and we're not radiating or, expending out the effort to activate our vocal cords, right? Which is basically a vibration, right? We are sending out a force through our bodies that allows our vocal cords to vibrate. When they are vibrating efficiently, then people can hear us. But if they are not vibrating efficiently, if we're not putting out the force, we're not putting out the energy, the effort to vibrate those vocal cords, then nothing gets said, right? Or rather, you don't get heard, because things are being said in your mind. But in order for somebody to hear it, you have to send the vibration out toward them. And also, depending on how far away they are, they will not receive that vibration. So this is why it's important to acknowledge distance is a factor. So when we are making love, right, and we are in the act of sacred lovemaking, then even when we speak to one another during intercourse, it is powerful because it is heard. The vibration is felt. So there are many levels to how you can expand upon this sacred sexual energy and experience in alignment with what you both decide that you're going to create. And this is grounded on what you want as an individual. So when you decide this is what you want to create, and then you are in agreement with your partner that you are both wanting to create this, the opportunity to do that and create the energy to make that so is through the act of sexual lovemaking and being intimate, right? Being intimate or practicing intimacy. Just continue with your partner to practice being there and caring for your partner's well-being, right? That is the vibration. That is the way in which people get to break down the walls that they have built up, right? Or they get to allow and just be at a space where they are in the present moment. You are in the present moment. They are receiving your unconditional love. You are receiving their unconditional love. That means that you're not caught up in a particular outcome. That means that you're not caught up in worrying about what's going to happen next or what happened before, but that you are actually existing and being in this very moment, and you are at a space where this is the only thing that exists, because it is. The issue is oftentimes our ego thinks about the past, worries about the future. But again, you are pulling the ego back out of the experience, and you are recognizing each other as your other half. as part of you, right? And together, when you come together in the act of lovemaking, then you are both focused on a singular point, one thing that you both wish to create, right? Have decided to create. And as you continue with the act of lovemaking, not only do you expedite and build up the strength, right? The power of that energy toward creating that thing, but again, it gets into the revelation of who you are. It gets into the unfoldment of who you are. And as you are practicing this act together, you are getting into the unfoldment of who you are together as a couple. You see? So when you are practicing manifestation on your own, you are really practicing the thing that's going to support you in self-realization, right? We are all creators. So when we create, it is an affirmation as to who we are, that we are creators of our universe and our reality. When you are practicing the act of sacred sexual energy and using that to create together, not only does it affirm who you are, but it affirms that together, right? Together, you can create so much more. And then this allows your connection to deepen greatly and strengthen. Thank you so much. Please go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, and get access to a free ebook, The Power Within, which will give you insight and an amazing technique on how to tap into the divinity within you. So go to drabundant.com. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.